Last year, this woman signed her 17-year-old son into the military, thinking he would never have to go to war. This Saturday, her son, Robert McCall, is going to the Persian Gulf. Rosylyn Amas's husband died in a plane crash in 1984, and she says a recruiter told her that since Robert is the only surviving male to carry on the McCall name, he wouldn't have to go to war.
And I felt like I signed his life away because I wasn't aware of this Sullivan Act when I signed him in for the Marines.
When Rosylyn Amas signed up her son for the Marines so he could get a good education, she says she did ask the recruiter about the chances of Robert going to war.
I asked him in case, just in case, if something was to break out, him being my only surviving son, would he have to go to war? And the recruiter told me no.
The practice in which a serviceman does not have to go to war because he's carrying on the family name is not part of the Marine Corps order. The only time a serviceman can get out of serving combat is if a family member died while in combat, not in civilian capacity.
If they said that the member died as a result of a non-military death, then there's no point in bringing anything up because it's not pertinent at the time, because they wouldn't be eligible for that full surviving status.
Nevertheless, Rosylyn Amas still feels betrayed, and her only hope is that the war will end soon. I'm Aragones for Channel 3 News. This dog is alive thanks to a Dayton, Kentucky woman. Ola Johnson found this Chihuahua out in the extreme cold weather we've been having. She says the dog was literally frozen when she found it.
This dog was so cold, if you felt of an ice cube, that's how cold that poor dog was. He was just like you pick up a block of ice.
She warmed at the dog, but believe it or not, she did something quite unusual. She wrapped the pooch in a towel and popped it in the oven to thaw it out.
So I opened the door, and I sat in front of it and watched it. And when it went to move, I just pulled it out.
The dog is doing fine right now and is waiting for a home along with other animals that have been mistreated. Now, if you want to make a home for any of these mistreated animals, you can stop by here at the Campbell County Animal Protective Association. I'm Aragones. Good evening, I'm Rosylyn Aragones. A Shadyside man is in serious condition after a car motorcycle accident on Route 7 in Stratton. The incident occurred around 4 this afternoon. 32-year-old Stephen Wagner, driver of the car, was making a left turn off Route 7 and apparently did not see the motorcycle. The 59-year-old Shadyside man was rushed to Ohio Valley Hospital and was then life-flighted to Pittsburgh. His name is being withheld pending notification of family members. Wagner was not injured. And a Toronto man who was injured when his car was struck by a train is in critical condition at this hour. 26-year-old John Hannon was driving through the Clark Street crossing in Toronto at about 2 this morning when the Conrail train hit the passenger side of his car. Details remain sketchy, but police are investigating.
Right now, the investigation is incomplete. Okay, I'm hoping to have it within a 5-day period. The only thing that I do know is that my officers here had brought into State Patrol to get a report from them. They are talking with Conrail officials, the Conrail police. So I'm hoping within Wednesday of next week to have the investigation completed.
Hannon underwent surgery this afternoon for severe head injuries and internal bleeding.